morning, Sunday today. Lots on, lots to talk about. So excited because I'm just off work. Happy days at the minute. Right, so pond wise, so as most of you know in the UK, absolutely horrible this last few days, and as such the heater has been on quite a lot, and it's on at the minute. Again, it was another £3 day expend yesterday to keep the pond to 20 degrees. Air temps yesterday were absolutely awful, probably 14ish degrees I think. It's not even any shade, what's going on? 14 degrees, and as such, obviously for me to hold 20, it was on for most of yesterday. I was waiting up all night to pick my son up from work, and at about 12:30 when I got the call to say he didn't need a lift, and I was sitting there waiting to go to bed. Obviously you do your lockdown of a night time at home, and looked out and I could see that the pond heat was on. Well, I could hear it slightly buzzing away, so it was on probably quite a bit this morning as well. So I would imagine, I've just looked actually, it's half a degree away from turning off. That'll probably be in the next hour or so because it's a little bit warmer now. So yeah, it's going to start costing me a few more quid now with the air temps being absolutely junk of an evening, and some of the weather we've been having is a joke. And it was windy again yesterday, and the wind had a bit of a chill to it, and as we know, it'll be chilling the water via the shower and just the surface area of the pond. So I'm going to keep a close. I've had a few people ask. I know Martin from Devon Koi Pond seems to know what he's talking about with regards to heat and stuff. So I'm just going to play it by ear. I've not got a set regime in place about how much I'm going to heat to. I want to keep it at 20 for as long as possible. Hopefully we'll have a relatively warm September, which we do occasionally, but you know, it's not written in stone, is it? So yeah, I'm just monitoring air temps. If needed, then turn it down a touch, the heater that is. Don't want to try and be heating way too much above the air temps, and as you all know, the way that an air heat pump works, it extracts the warm air from the ambient air temp. So if there isn't that much warm air out there, it's pretty much working on its own to heat the pond. So I think it's 1.1 kilowatt in, up to a maximum of 7 kilowatt out, based on about 16 or 17 degrees air temp. So lower than that, obviously you get less COP, as they call it, coefficiency of performance. So the warmer the air temp, the more heat I can put into the pond. The less the air temp, the less actual increase that the heat pump can give me for the water heat. Why are you eating that fish? So it's been 5 days since me malachite green and formalin went in. Fish are looking alright actually. Still got this lump on Chubb's fin. It's not looking majorly awful, but obviously I can see it and it shouldn't be there. But at the minute I'm leaving well alone. Still a few veins on the Kahaku, and there's still a little bit of mucus on Francis. So I still, whether or not it was the Costia causing the mucus, I do not know. It looks to be that they've got through the first malachite green and formalin treatment, or formalin and malachite green, or whichever way you want to say it. But there was a little bit of odd behaviour the other day, so I'm going to do some water checks. Now, as a rule, rightly or wrongly, I'm not saying this is what you should do, but this is what I do. I don't actually check my water unless I feel there's an issue. So yeah, and there's a lot of people out there that do like a weekly regime of checking all their water parameters. I don't. Never done that. Well, I'll tell a lie. At very early days, when you were a bit worried about this, that and the other, I was. What are they doing? So there was a little bit of odd behaviour the other day. There was a little bit of jumping and a bit of extra splashing, more so than normal. So I'm going to explore potential water quality issues maybe. There's one pellet there, look, she's going mental. It's there. Oh, it's two. And you missed it. There it is, look. Because you know, you don't really get any food in the day, do you, fish? So yeah, I'm going to explore and see if there's any water parameters that maybe are slightly off. So just the basic ones: pH, nitrite. I don't bother checking for nitrate, ammonia. I can check chlorine, but I know I don't need to, because I've got my new big blue and that's only been in a couple of weeks now, so there's no way on earth that that's spent yet. So I'm going to do that now. I've got an absolute multitude of jobs on today, and I've got a load of other videos to film. So yeah, an apology from me from last week's diary. I dangled a few carrots out there. With regards to some plans that I've had kicking around in my head for some months and talked around and about with a few friends. Finally going to be getting some of these things into place. I know everyone wants to know about the pond adjustment, as I'm calling it, and garden stuff. So there's a bit more of a tease. A lot of this stuff that you're seeing is going to be changing. Not that's staying. From there this way and over here, it's going to be a lot different. As I say, I've had a plan in my head for a while. I finally got some time last couple of weeks back to sit down and actually sketch it out. And I think it looks alright. It's just, as usual with anything, cost is will be the overlaying factor. Whether or not I can get it all done next year, I don't know. Yeah, because it's not just pond, there's garden involved as well. It originally started with the wife saying we need to sort this area out, and I'm in agreement here. We've had this bit of extra land. If you don't know what's been going on, we had a hedge run along here, new estate. We managed to claim a bit of extra land from the build site. We had a fence put in, hedge taken out. We had the debacle of actually getting turf down, then getting a fence up. So now we've got all of this area, I mean all of this part of the garden, from sort of where I'm standing all the way up there. This is all new. The boundary line was this tree. So finally making a start on it. Got a few extra pennies this year, so we're going to get some stuff done. And I've started, as you saw last week, with my sleepers. Oh my god, they're heavy. Some of them weigh an absolute ton, others don't. So if we start this end, I'm starting this end and working my way back that way. So where the white line is, that's going to be my sleepers. It's going to be backfilled with soil and then just planted up all the way down. I'm still waiting for a delivery for more materials for that, which didn't arrive last week. Thank you, Turnbulls of Newark. So all the way along here to probably here somewhere. This area I can tell you about is going to be banked down, covered with a membrane, stones on the top, and then I don't know, half a dozen, 10 maybe bamboos planted, just to do something with that kind of space because it's behind here. And then the real kind of the real work is all of this stuff here. So that hedge, behind the hedge, the gap where I've got my heater, the big blue covers, fence, decking, you just want to see the picture, but I'm holding out just yet. I'm currently going through sketch 2. I've got a builder coming next week to discuss my plans and give me an idea of cost. I'll probably give you a bit more information then, so you're going to have to wait, but you can see a few of the other things I want to do. That end, this end on the pond. Yeah, the major stuff is this. Well, I can let you into one guaranteed thing: the pond isn't getting any bigger. A few reasons for that. One, I'm quite happy with the size. I mean, I would love a 5,000 or 6,000 gallon pond, but you've got more running costs. I still want to have a drum, so I'd need an additional drum or a bigger drum. More filtration, more fish, more treatment cost if I need to treat the pond, more food costs because I've got more fish. I don't need that hassle. I'm quite happy with this size. I'm quite happy having probably, I don't know, 10 to 15 fish eventually. And I need to keep it real. I'm never going to be a rich man. So 3,000 gallons for me is an ideal kind of scenario of running costs, a few fish, and keeping it real, and not completely sucking every penny that I'm earning to keep the pond going, which it can do. It's definitely something to think about if you're planning a pond. It's not just going as, I know a lot of people say go as big as you can. I mean, I've got a fairly big garden. I could have gone absolutely monstrous, but like we say, it's not just about building a pond, it's running it, stocking it, feeding it, treating it if you need to treat. I mean, I've had some friends that have had some absolutely mammoth ponds, and they've, you know, a fluke treatment's £100 a go. You have flukes 5 or 6 times a year. There we go, you've wasted 500, 600, 700 quid on fluke treatments. More fish, more food. You know, I've known people spending sort of 40, 50 quid a week on food, which is unbelievable. £200–300 a month on just food for fish. Not for me. I'm just a mere window cleaner. So yeah, the pond is staying this size. For now. Whether or not there's a third rebuild or adjustment at some point down the years, in years to come, I don't know, but that's where we're at. Right, anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to go get me water test kit and do that now, because I've got about 1,000,001 other things to do, and I've got a load of other videos to film this week, which I sort of alluded to with regards to the community post. So hopefully by the time this diary goes out, you would have actually seen my mega exciting news. I'm so excited about it. Hopefully that video will be out. Try and get that filmed later today. It's literally going to be just me talking kind of video, but I need to get it done, don't I? Right, anyway, just talking for the sake of talking. Because look, even down there, this is ridiculous now. Look, all the junk out here. It's all going, Anyway, right, water checks. I'll be back in a minute after I've done my water checks, and I'll let you know how we're doing. Catch you in a bit. So there we go. I did my KH, which I haven't done forever. Ammonia, which that isn't the result because you need to times it by another number, 1.214, to get ppm. That equals 0.09. pH is where I'm normally at. It's that kind of brown colour. Nitrite, nothing. Nitrate, red, which is about anywhere between 40 and 80. Who knows? Probably around the foot. It's not, I mean, them two shades look exactly the same to me. It might be a bit less, might be 20 and 40, but it's not crazy. So, happy with that. Don't know if I said about the KH. I did the KH, 6 drops for it to change colour. I did do my GH, but I got to 20 odd and gave up, so rock hard. So there is no water quality issues. So whether or not there was just something irritating them food wise, maybe. I don't know, I did probably chuck in a bit more food the other day in a shorter space of time, so whether or not that gave them some cause to concern. or of concern. Anyway, but that's good news. So I can put that to bed probably for another 2 months, because that's pretty much how often I do water checks, unless there's there's an issue with the fish or the water or something like that. I'll do a test. Other than that, these things stay boxed up. Cool, right, on to the next stuff. So I'm sitting here with all my test kits out, just drying everything and putting them all back. I just thought I would do an ammonia check from my tap water. So I've just got, I don't know if I've done that before, or if I have, I haven't recorded it. So it's literally exactly the same test, it's just with water out the tap, just to see what it comes out at. I'm presuming, I don't know the answer to this, I've literally just decided to do it. I'm presuming it should be 0. So we'll see. Literally, I run the tap for probably 30 seconds and then filled my little tube up with it. I don't know what the answer is going to be here. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that will know the answer to this, but I'm going to see this. Oh yeah, 0. So that is good. And the small amount of ammonia I have in the pond, 0.09. Presumably, I'm always going to have a touch of ammonia there. The fish obviously always are excreting ammonia, not just through eating, but just through the transfer of them having oxygen. So I think you have ammonia. They release ammonia out of their gills, as well as the from eating food and wee and all that kind of jazz, or whatever they do. So I'm interested to hear other people's, especially if you've got one of these Hannah checkers, what your pond reading is, whether or not it's anywhere near the same kind of level as mine, or whether mine's actually high. I don't know. And the reason for me getting that, obviously, most of you know, used to use the API kit, but for ammonia, I mean, you're talking from 0 to 0.25, look near enough exactly the same, and that, obviously 0.25 of ammonia with the high pH that I've got, which is around about 8.2, is going to potentially cause some irritation to the fish. So the reason for this is just more of an accurate reading of where I'm at with ammonia. I should probably get the nitrite one as well at some point, but I've never had a problem. And actually, I had a problem with the kit, didn't I? Misreading, hence then spending out a fortune and getting these 2 kits. So interesting. So let me know if you've got one of these Hannah checkers. Let me know your ammonia reading down below. I'll be interested to see how low or how high some people's are. Yeah, let me know. Right, on to more jobs. Good morning. Starting my week off. When I say start, it's Tuesday today, but everyone else is at work and I'm not. Happy days. So, good morning people. Look at the fish, they're crazy. So, let me turn this off. So it's been 7 days since I did my formalin malachite green treatment. Everyone's looking alright. I'm now thinking, do I need to do another one? I mean, I've not done a scrape. So I don't really know. There's been no flashing, there's been no jumping, there's been no craziness, so still a few mucusy fish. Looks like there's a little bit more mucus on Frank's head here, and he's bashed himself. And Francis, the other chag, still a bit mucusy. But I did my water tests the other day, and obviously they came back okay. The only way to tell whether Nicosia is banished is obviously to scrape, so I don't know. Don't want to keep dumping. I've been there and done that and worn a t-shirt for putting treatments in constantly. I suppose really I should just get a few fish out and give them a scrape, but Nicosia is so hard to find because it's so small, and I'll be stressing the fish and stressing myself out trying to blimmin' scrape them all. I think in my head I'm going to leave as is for the time being. Let's say they're looking alright, water's looking alright, although heater is now a permanent fixture of being on every morning. Air temperature of an evening, as everybody knows, has been absolutely junk. It's been proper chilly from sort of 7-8 o'clock now on through the night, so I'm getting up every morning to it being on, and then being on for quite a few hours. So again, I know a lot of people are interested in heating costs. It's probably costing me, well, the last 4 or 5 days, it's probably cost me 20 quid heat the pond to 20 degrees, maybe a bit less. I'm around about £6 a day for the house and the pond, gas and electric, and my normal gas and electric cost pre-heating were £3-ish per day, depending on how many times the kettle's on and if people have had showers and baths and all that kind of stuff. So not a major cost, but obviously even £3 a day over the course of a month, that's another near enough £100 a month, and we're not even winter yet. Obviously I won't be trying to hold 20 degrees when it's stupidly freezing out here, but so as Devon Coy pointed out the other week about heat retention, yeah, I'm not trying not to think about covering the pond, but obviously if I want to keep some decent warmth in the water, 20-ish degrees, I need to keep as much in, which means potentially covering a lot sooner than maybe I would have if I wasn't heated. I think last year it was early November that I put the covers on, and we do normally get, don't we? We normally do get a bit of a extra heat late September. October can sometimes be okay, but again it's evenings and nighttime temps that drop right off. It's a pity my covers are quite heavy, because I could, like my mate Gary Parker does, he's got his polycarb on some box guttering, and he can literally just lift them on and off. And he's only, I think he's got 2 or 3 sections maybe, and he can lift them off and put them out of the way in the daytime, and of an evening after his last feed he covers it up to retain some warmth in the water and stop the wind chill off the surface. If I could do that I would, but as I say, the way I do my covers and the size of them and the wood on the side, it's not good times for me. So that's at the forefront of my mind at the minute. Not panicking just yet. £3-ish a day. I'm not completely moaning about it, but, and as we said, some days are going to not quite be as bad as others. Also, it's my birthday today, 1st of September. Nothing planned, although I'm off a week. I'm waiting for, the only things I've planned for this week is my sleepers. My little sleeper build for my raised bed, but I'm waiting for Turnbulls to deliver the fence posts and the cement. That's been, I'm going to send him an email in it. It's been 8 days since I ordered that stuff. Ridiculous. So it's going to have a chilled out morning and day today, doing nothing. A couple of bits of work to do actually for about an hour, and then open my presents and my cards. So I think I'm going to leave the fish, so they look alright. So still not sure this mucus on them, where that's going and what that's about, but hey ho, leave it as it is. So also apologies about last week. Well, it's last week for you, but it's actually current week for me now. The amount of videos I'm posting, got a lot going on, as you know. We had them buy a grow and show stuff. I know also everybody wants to know about my pond adjustments for next year. Hang fire with that. That's going to be not a mega video, but I'm going to put some stuff out there to you guys and see what you would do, but not just yet. Wait for that. Hang fire. Don't start that in the comments just yet. And then I'll reveal my Mark 1, 2, 3 drawing that I've got mocked up. So there's a lot going on, so apologies about that. I sort of overload everybody with videos about me and my pond, so sorry. YouTube isn't just about me, is it? Still got your blob on your fin there. Looks like a big old blobby wart thing. I can see this week, because I'm going to be around a bit, chucking an absolute ton of food in. Because I'm going to be in and out the garden doing bits and bobs. Right, anyway, I'm going to go inside, have some breakfast, get my presents and my cards open, do a bit of work, and then do nothing. Unless, no my luck, my turnballs delivery, fence post, cement and all that stuff will turn up today, so I can crack on with that. Anyway, right, catch you later. I'll give you a giggle. Been out in literally 10 minutes. Well, this was 20 minutes ago, so I've been outside half an hour. 10 minutes in, get a blooming punch on my wheelbarrow. Absolute jokes, but I fixed it now. Ready to go. We're digging today. It's got nothing to do with koi ponds, but as I've said numerous times, this is the start of the whole revamp from everything. I'm literally starting here and we're revamping that way down. Not happy. Punch on my wheelbarrow. Ridiculous. No one's here to moan at. Just me on my own and you guys on my camera. So once I get down here, then we'll be tackling this lot. That you're gonna need to wish me luck for. Ridiculous. Anyway, standing around chatting to my camera, it's not going to get all this done, is it? There's going to be plenty of moaning going on these next few months. Just, you know, so I'm not a massive person for getting jobs done, and I'm still waiting. I spoke to the builder yesterday for me post cement and ballast and all that jazz. Should be coming today. Well, I don't know what time it is, half 10, 11 o'clock, something like that. Still not here. They said it would be coming today, and the reason it hadn't come is because they'd run out of 25 kilo bags of ballast. Just send me a bulk bag and I can decant into another bulk bag that I've got spare. Ridiculous. Rant. Rat-ant. That's what I need on my shirt. Ranter. Anyway, right, crack on. See how far I get today. I'm not expecting miracles, just expecting some load of holes being dug. That's all we're aiming for today. Nothing special. I'm livid. This is a livid man. So the rest of my building materials are still not here. I'm mad. Just been on the phone to the building, whatever it is. Apparently it's coming at some point today. It's 4:30. Probably really windy and you can't hear me. Anyway, enough of that moaning. pretty much wraps up this week. I haven't done a huge amount or had a huge amount on. I've just been having a literally chilled out week. It's been alright. Birthday week. Just a quick thank you to everybody that's commented on my Adam Buyer Grow and Show event video. That's sort of blown away all expectations really. In fact, I've had to, at the minute I've disabled the comments at 150 fish. I'm just waiting to have a conversation with Adam about how we play it, because slightly more than he thought as well, but he's in the midst of harvesting some ponds the last couple of days, so I've not been able to spend a bit of time having a chat with him, but he assures me I'm going to speak to him over the next couple of days just to confirm and firm everything up. So thanks to everyone again who wants to take part. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Long way to go and a lot of things to iron out, but I think it's promising to be one of the biggest UK grow and shows ever, I think. I'm not sure. 150 fish, it's pretty big across 3 categories. We may need to tweak it somewhat with the single colour fish. It might not all be karashigoi, could be chags and maybe yammies, but we'll have that discussion a bit further down the line. So thanks everybody, amazing. That's it. I've started to put together the Adam Buyer visit, but there's absolutely tons of videos, so that may take some while to go through. I've got over 2 hours, probably nearer 2.5 to 3 hours actually, of actual video to edit, so bear with me. I'll get that out hopefully next week. So thanks for watching this week, and I will catch you all hopefully at some point next week, maybe with the Adam Buyer midweek special. You never know, might be able to get that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers and bye. Finally, there was me moaning. Finally. Anyway, this is video over. I've now got to move all this junk around the back. Catch you next week. Got changed. The working clothes on. Going to move the stuff. You're not going to believe that this is only me. He's knocked the wall down. Look how much space he had to drop the bag in. Knocked the top of the wall off. Hey ho. Anyway, that is it. Video over. I'm going to move this lot, get the video edited. Catch you next week.